the things that I thought was interesting is you've talked a lot about your Christianity and your religion and your fear of coming out. Is what I've read about you in terms of faith and the kinds of things that you went through when you were young, is that true? And is it accurate? What is written about you online?
Well, you mean on my Wikipedia page?
Yes. Yeah.
Or because I've been practicing Nichiren Buddhism with the SGI, Soka Gakkai International. I've been practicing Buddhism since I was I've been practicing 23 years. This December will march 23 years of practicing Buddhism, and I do chant long hours, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Tina Turner, and that's how I learned about the practice. But I did grow up with a dabbling in Christianity as a child, and when I came out to myself, probably I think it was around the age of 12, I was in Mexico, and I thought, oh my God, well, I'm gonna be going to hell, you know. But then I was allowed to be around people of wisdom and people that would talk about different things. And growing up in Mexico, we were taught about the indigenous cultures. So I had already known that these religions were around before Christianity was delivered. So a friend of mine, I was telling her about that I was gay, you know, so to speak. And she told me, well, she goes, well, don't worry about what the Bible says or what people say in the Bible, because men wrote the Bible and men are homophobic. And Native Americans, they revered their gays, and their gays were friends and all these wonderful people. So after that, and knowing about indigenous practices from my studies in Mexico, my education as a child there, I was like, well, I'm fine because the indigenous were doing it, so there's not a problem with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we should respect our natives. That's real American, you know, real American, the whole continent, and we should respect our Native Americans and what's going on. And this practice from the Middle East, you know, this Jesus is not white.
When I heard that you were going to be hosting this event in Fort Lauderdale, I first thought, well, that's not a natural choice, and then I thought, oh, that's a fabulous choice. From your point of view, why would you be hosting at Cannonball Bash?
Because I'm fun and the bears love me and I love the bears and there are some otters out there.
And do you like the bears more or the otters more?
I like everybody.
Yeah, that's great, and it's going to be a fun event, and you're going to provide a quite a good tongue-in-cheek addition to the event. 2,000 of your best bear, chub, and chaser friends are all hosted, as we've said, by Tammie Brown. It's going to be here in Fort Lauderdale, October 25th through November 1st. It's going to be at the Westin Fort Lauderdale Hotel. It's a very unique event because the event is a complete hotel buyout, but it's sitting here in what we always joke is the gayest place on planet Earth, and only a couple of miles from the famous Wilton Drive. The event is unique because it's so many different kinds of things: dinners, pool parties, special trips that include transportation to airboat rides in the Everglades, to riding on the Jungle Queen in the Millionaire's Mansions, to transfers to Wilton Drive, including a Magic Mike party at Johnson's. Look it up, it's quite fun. Parties at Eagle and other locations on Wilton Drive. And of course, arguably the biggest LGBT Halloween party in the world, Wicked Manners, as 9 blocks are closed for the largest costume Halloween party in the gay community in the country. Tell us a little bit, Tammie, what are you looking forward to doing? This is the first time you've done this. This is the 4th time that Cannonball Bash has happened. What are you looking forward to in terms of your hosting when you come down?
I'm looking forward to the people having a good time, and I'm looking forward to our safety, because we could be shot down at any time and nobody's going to do anything about that, right? I'm looking forward to just being there for everybody and to support Florida and what's going on. I mean, I'm here to support. Will be my 4th time this year that I'm going to be back in Florida. Florida is one of my actually favorite places. I love y'all subtropic environment, and every time I go to the Dominican Republic, I've been out there for Buddhist retreats at FNCC, Florida Nature Culture Center. I just love Florida as much as I can go there. You have such great Cuban food and Latin food and Puerto Rican, all the different stuff, and Jewish food and Chinese. I really enjoy Florida, especially South Florida. I like the vibe.
Yeah.
And I just there to support and help out. I mean, whatever it takes.
I've heard so much talk about you in especially the bear community, about you coming and hosting the event. What do you think it is about bears that love Tammie Brown so much?
Because I'm fun, I'm accepting, I just totally live my own life, and I'm happy as a clam.
Happy as a clam. You're going to have to put that on a shirt. Tammie, I want to ask you about what's going on in Florida, the politics, the drag ban. I know you perform it. You got, I believe, early start in Los Angeles and at Hamburger Mary's, and you've performed here in Fort Lauderdale at the Wilton Hamburger Mary's. Drag is a big issue here in Florida because of our governor, Ron DeSantis' political nature of his presidential campaign. What do you think about what we're watching about the attacks on drag queens in Florida, Tennessee, and other places? What do you think about it?
Well, first of all, just to let you all know that Ron DeSantis, he supported things in Guantanamo Bay and stuff, waterboarding and tortures and stuff like that. So just let's let everybody be known that he's not a very nice man, first of all. And to don't forget about Florida as well, how Anita Bryant was also from Florida and she got the pie in the face. And I'm so thrilled that things like with Marjorie Taylor Greene and these different people are starting to get pushed out. And it's just really sad that people like this are able to spew all this nasty stuff up. But I'm really tickled that Ron DeSantis is going against Disney, and Disney's going to go against him. So
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're cheering
that's
for one
something, right?
side, right? We're cheering for one side in that battle. Tammie Brown is going to be here in Fort Lauderdale at the end of October for Cannonball Bash. I think it's super fun and interesting. It's going to be Halloween, 2,000 bears and chubs and chasers, and just about 30 miles south of us, where the Westin Fort Lauderdale is. Ron DeSantis' home is, and just about 40 miles north of the Westin is Donald Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago. And right in the middle is going to be Tammie Brown and 2,000 bears and chubs. It's for Halloween. It's going to be amazing.